Welcome to the Bold Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. And on Friday, I was in Kakamega. So it was on Saturday, rather, I was in Kakamega. And I know many people that had idea that I was in the western region were asking, how is the ground? Is Baba scoring? Or how is it between Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto? First, I want to say thank you to few of my friends and people who follow this channel that sent some people sent accommodation, people sent buy tea, get covered your transport, and I'm just thank you. I'm just so glad. Two lecturers from Moi University, another one from Laikipia University. Thank you. One person also from County Government of Kakamega. That was amazing support. Asanteni sana. I got support from I think more than 10 people, and I don't take it for granted. Asanteni for that. Now, I was in Kakamega. I came through the Sigalagala. I had a stopover in Sigalagala Polytechnic. Sigalagala is in Ikolomani. That is Bony Khalwale's area. Then through that I went through to town and spent some time in town. Honestly, the last time I was in Kakamega was in 2013. So these 2 hours, I was simply going there after 9 years. And I could see total difference. In terms of the town, the way the town is well structured, the transport there. Guy, Nyue. It's really amazing, and I think Oparanya have really done good work. I was in a position also to visit the hospital. I think the Kakamega Referral Hospital, a district hospital, yes. And yeah, it's something remarkable. And if devolutions can work, if people can see the value of devolution, this country will really be far. What about the politics? I spotted these two billboards, the ones you're seeing in your screen. Ziko tu hapo kwa junction in opposite the office of the governor. And on the other side is Martha Karua and Cleophas Malala. And something captured my attention. If the gender card can play out in Kakamega, then Malala can really get a chunk of the women vote. Because if you look at the way they've been juxtaposed, and I think even the people who are looking at it, I don't know which one was put first, but someone was telling me Raila iliweko kwanza before this one for Malala. This one for Malala was put on later. So maybe it can have an influence. However, Baraza, who is the ODM, Fernandez Baraza, who is the ODM candidate with his running mate Savula, they are slightly above Malala, above Malala. The very day I was in Kakamega, Malala was launching, manifesto gubernatorial bid in Mumias complex. So actually I was supposed to be there, but because of other technicalities I could not make it. I was not feeling it well. So when some of the people that were mobilized from this other area to go and attend that event, the boda guys were telling us that Malala seems not to be getting a lot of support from the rural areas, the deep rural areas. And I don't know how, honestly guys, why if someone is having a rally, even in the village, you have to mobilize. Because the boda guys were saying that there are people that were ferried, also taken from this other side directly to that place. And of course, there is a perception that the guys who are youth are Team Cleo. They call him Cleo. Are Team Cleo. Then slightly middle class are for Fernandez Baraza. That's the same niche that also Raila also cuts. The Raila's demographic is also a bit of the middle class. So, however, it's a tight race between Fernandez Baraza and Malala. It's quite a tight one. Now, in my stopover in Sigalagala, I tried to talk to people about Bony Khalwale. And Bony Khalwale is one of the candidates there that has cut a niche for himself. However, he is one of the he's a factor that is strangling the candidature of Cleophas Malala. And that's what I want us to look at. I actually realized that in 2013, Bony Khalwale was supporting Soita Shitanda in the morning, the late Soita Shitanda in the morning, because in 2013, Soita Shitanda was against Oparanya, but at night, Bony Khalwale was supporting Soita Shitanda, and in the during the day, Bony Khalwale was supporting Soita Shitanda, and at night, he was supporting Oparanya. So whatever he's doing now is something that he did in 2013. And according to really my finding there is that he's a factor, he's one of the factors that might really affect Cleophas Malala. And the vote there, Bony Khalwale would easily be seen as someone who is sabotaging Malala, and also he's looking at someone who does not want the stature of Musalia Mudavadi to have a root in Kakamega. This will be a script by Deputy President William Ruto, because we've always maintained that honestly there is the issue of Mudavadi's influence in central Kenya, in western Kenya, is a making of Deputy President to make sure that he doesn't become politically relevant after this election. And so when you see people feel like the fact that during the day, at some point, Bony Khalwale is supporting Malala, but at night, he's also spending time, or maybe at some time, he's also having a meeting with Baraza. So that fluky aspect would see Malala perhaps not getting a lot of support. And again, it deflects Malala's influence, because Malala and Bony, all of them are supporting the youth. And if you look at the other ticket of Baraza and Savula, they are attracting another niche. So the fact that Bony Khalwale would come and play a neutral role here, there really is something that can be seen. Now, before I look at what exactly is happening on Bony Khalwale's influence in Kakamega, or rather Bony Khalwale's way of strangling Malala's gubernatorial bid in Kakamega, I wanted to point out on the euphoria of Martha Karua. Of course, when you ask about Martha Karua for once, you'll hear some of two people saying Deputy President. So there is also a euphoria around Martha Karua. You cannot underestimate that, because again, in my Western tour, I was also trying to assess what exactly are people saying also about Martha Karua. Are there people who are seeing Raila Odinga ticket through Martha Karua? Or the Raila Odinga ticket is just about Raila Odinga? There are people who also see that ticket as a very special ticket because of the element of Martha Karua. So the Martha Karua euphoria is there. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. When you like our video, through that, you are promoting this channel. How about Wajakoya? Somewhere. In one of the stages, I overheard someone saying, Vuta bangi upande gari. I'm telling you, villages are very interesting. I ever heard someone saying, Vuta bangi upande gari. So, of course, people see him as a joker. To some element, he's a joker. But to know in those areas, because he's one person who comes from there, it's okay, he's our son. And huyo ndio tunataka. The language of huyo ndio tunataka is also there. So, guys, that's a bit of what I saw. But let's look at the critical role of Bony Khalwale strangling Cleophas Malala. Bony Khalwale was not fully comfortable with the fact that he had to step down for Cleophas Malala. Remember, this is someone who vied for governor in 2017 and lost. And so he was trying to make another stab. However, the truth of the matter is that he still have those gubernatorial ambitions, but he would see Malala as someone who would be a threat to him even getting to that position in 2022. Because the understanding of maybe the politics of Kakamega now is that Fernandez Baraza's candidature is only getting the support, or rather the influence of Oparanya. Without Oparanya, Fernandez Baraza do not stand a chance to have to give Malala run for the money. But with the support of Oparanya in the background, Fernandez Baraza is proving to be a threat. So what perhaps Bony Khalwale might look at is that if Malala wins this seat and Malala then seeks re-election in 2027, it will be difficult because Cleophas Malala is going to work with deputy president, or rather is going to work with Musalia Mudavadi. So through that, if he wins with ANC and ANCs in Kenya Kwanza, it will be difficult for him to seek that ticket in 2027. But if Malala is to lose and Fernandez Baraza wins, then maybe he can argue out his case if UDA sticks together, or rather under Kenya Kwanza sticks together, that it is his turn now to go for the governor, now that he had stepped down for Malala, so that Malala would go head back to Senate or another seat. So I see that aspect playing out, and that is why Bony might not be so comfortable on the candidature of Cleophas Malala. Then the people are asking, and this narrative of Malala traces with the Luo being non-native is really very keen, and that is why the senior members from that area, or rather the elderly, are not with him, because they say Raila alikuja hapa akasema huyu ni Mjaluo anatoka huko. And I was shocked, someone was asking that, look here, hajai ongea Kiluya, he doesn't talk Kiluya. I don't know if you have somewhere where Malala has spoken in any rally in Luya. I've always asked, why does he speak English or Swahili in those village rallies? Because some of those village rallies, they want to hear what you're saying. You'll hear Khalwale speaking Kiluya, but you'll not hear Malala speaking Kiluya. So I also see that as something that is happening, and that Cleophas Malala traces with the Luo, that he's comes from the Luo, rather he's a Luo on some element, is something that I think when they're in a rally and the bullfighter Bony Khalwale addresses the audience in Kiluya and like customizes with the Luya language, it makes Malala look like an outsider. Now, Bony Khalwale seems to be placing a double stake in the August polls. He's been out of the cold for the last 5 years. In any case that Kenya Kwanza is not going to win the government and he fails to win that Senate seat, he will not be comfortable sitting out. And so the best he can do is perhaps, if not the national government, but he can cut a cake with the county government of Kakamega, so that if Malala wins, he might just benefit for Malala working with him to manage his expectations 2027. On the other side, he can also be working together with Baraza, so that he can also organize himself. I see that as a possibility. But lastly, Atuoli's factor with the middle age in the area, there is a power vacuum, and the people, this also comes out that there is a voice that listens to Atuoli, and the voice that listens to Atuoli is that of the middle age, the people that feel Atuoli is an elder and these other people are just jokers. That's exactly what I think, and those are my few observations of what I made in Kakamega. Thank you for the bold.